Whoa. Sorry about that. Hi, everybody. How's everyone doing? I feel like I should be waving. Hey. Welcome to my freaking crazy live stream where I talk about real estate and try to entertain you guys. Let me adjust my camera. I got to make sure Majora's Mask comes out. And for those wondering who the heck that guy is, your daily reminder, there used to be a game called Fable back in the day for Xbox. And that was the antagonist, Jack of Blades. What is that over here? That's my old home goals. I took down my office recently, so I have that. That is my Nintendo 64 collection. Have original boxes and games for Banjo-Kazooie, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart, Super Mario, Donkey Kong, Star Fox. Cool stuff, right? Original collection. It just unfortunately doesn't really come out in the videos a lot, so there's that. Let me check the comments now and see. Everyone's like, oh my god. Let's see. Congrats, you're a politician now? What the frick? The hell are you guys talking about? I can buy that Nintendo collection for $10,000 over. I need cash, 50,000 over list price now. Any Pokemon Snap? No, because Pokemon Snap doesn't have a lot of nostalgia points with me. I had it and I played it, but it just doesn't touch the nostalgia bone as much as those games do. And I actually have a Nintendo 64 Jungle Green version because that's the one I had growing up. That's not the actual Nintendo I had, but it's the same color. But anyways, for those stopping by for the first time, please let me know in the chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, know that it is no longer live, but you can click the live chat replay button somewhere down here, and you can actually see what people were saying while I was live. If you feel like you missed out, don't worry. I like to go live at least once every Saturday. I try to, but if I miss a Saturday, for sure the following Saturday I'll be going live. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Arizona time. There is no consistency in my life, as my father has always told me. So welcome. Normally for these live streams, the first 10, 20, 25 minutes, I like to just talk about the topic at hand, and I like to, I'll answer an occasional question or so. So I'm kind of like an interactive video of sorts. After the 20 minutes of the speaking, I will then go in full Q&A mode to answer any questions people might have in the live stream. People like watching that. I don't know. I don't get it. They just watch it. So here we go. Rachel L says, new here, what's up? Drunk Chef Barbecue, love your name. First time, what's up? How are you doing? Eric, what's going on? Leo Valdez says, GoldenEye and WCW versus NWO. I played the SmackDown game when I was a kid. I didn't play that one. First time here, really been enjoying your videos and learning so much. Thank you, Pink Girl. Giovanni, all of life isn't consistent. Yeah, I know. Oh, is that Wally? Wally, you want to come in? Too bad. Just comes and distracts people. Jacqueline, first time from New Jersey. What's going on? Are you guys excited for that new Sopranos movie? I am. Mario Kart 64 took a few summers away from me. All those games took many years of my life. But hey, here I am today. So anywho, guys, today's topic is relief for home buyers really coming? Or is it just clickbait? What led me to talk about this? Well, what led me to talk about or chat about this topic is when I was, doing research for what am I going to do my live stream about today? Oh, wait. I just realized my aperture is really high. Let me turn it down. There you go. Much better. Okay. I just noticed there's a lot of clickbait right now. And, am I guilty of it? Maybe. Yeah, a lot of people like to call me on my hypocrisy, but I'm always willing to call myself out too. A lot of times, it's like imagine having an audience or an auditorium full of really hungry people, and you pull out a really carne asada. You start grilling some carne asada on the stage. And then there's other there's also other people playing Nintendo or people doing other things on stage. What is the group of hungry people going to do? Are they going to look at the other crap, or are they going to look at the person who's grilling up some carne asada? So I feel like these topics. There's a lot of videos, there's a lot of articles talking about relief for home buyers. You know, they'll put good news on the title, and I get it. I don't, you know, this is a very negative home housing market right now, and any kind of positivity is like intoxicating. But I really want to talk about this because remember, I always say, I'm in the trenches. I'm helping home buyers right now. Literally before this call, thank you, Simone Jordan, for the subscription to the channel. By the way, guys, if you want to do a super chat donation, or if you want to do a become a member, you pay $5 a month to become a member. Your thing pops up here. You get special things and whatnot. So if you subscribe and I think they're public, it'll pop up here too. But I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't work for people. But anyways, and I'm in the trenches with people, and I just want to share with you guys firsthand if it's really getting much better. First, I want to show you guys some of the articles that are popping up to kind of share with you guys what the sentiment is, right? So I read a lot of HousingWire.com. Home prices are still rising, but relief is for buyers is coming. Wow, this is great news, right? How's the background music? Not too bad? Just make sure it's not bad before I move on. Hi, Javier, joining from New Jersey. Hi, thanks. Just bought my house in Tacoma. Okay, so no one's complaining about the music, so I'm assuming it's fine. All right. So if someone could guess where that music's from, by the way, you get extra points. Home prices are still rising, but relief for buyers is coming. Reading this really nice and quick article, essentially what it boils down to is that there's been some insane gains in the housing market. In Phoenix specifically, a 25.9 increase led the 24th consecutive month in soaring home prices. Just think about that for a bit. Just stop, hold on to your horses and think about that for a bit. If you bought a house for $300,000 a year ago, you got a 25% gain. I'm so smart that I promise you I'm not looking at a calculator right now. Multiply by 0.125. You made almost $75,000. And if you bought a house, maybe you put, let's say, 5% down. So what is that, like an investment of $15,000? Maybe you had to pay your closing costs, $21,000. Maybe you had to give a little bit extra for the the appraisal waiver, $20,000, $30,000. You have $75,000 of equity. And not only that, but remember, if you put 5% down, your purchase price of $300,000 wasn't $300,000. It was more like $285,000. So really, you don't have 75. You have like, your 5% plus the equity you've gained. That is some really big numbers here, and it's no wonder why there's so many cash buyers trying to buy all these properties, right? Drinking my really cheap coffee here. Let me just make sure everyone's saying that my audio is okay. You are using a calculator. Oh man, Cisco, you exposing me. Exposing me good. Somebody on my video I made, I released 2 videos the last 2 days, by the way. The first one I released, I had like a phone call come in, and I was like, "Hi, cash buyers. Yes, I'm just here lying," and people were like, it was like clearly a joke. And somebody put, "Oh, I saw that he forgot to edit that part out," which it could also be a joke, but it becomes a game of like chicken, like who's gonna admit they're lying first, so it's just weird. But anyways, it talks about the huge gains of different values in different areas and whatnot. Phoenix with 25.9, San Diego 24.7, all that crazy stuff, right? But it's also talking about the large increases. Where was it? The overall pending home sales index falling. So essentially pending homes decreasing. And we're looking at specific, once again, I only have access to the MLS in Phoenix, so I can only show you Phoenix stuff. It is currently Saturday. Saturday is prime time for real estate. So right now we should be peaking for listing inventory on the weekly basis. So normally it has been like 4,000 or maybe 5,000 listings available on the market, and it's been very depressing. Well, right now, look at this. It's like starting to look normal. 7,620. Thank you. First of all, let me make sure Home Depot theme works, as in people are like, I can't hear the cat. No, you guys should have heard that. Yeah, you guys heard that, right? Hopefully you did. 7,269. That seems normal. That's like great news. Is it getting normal though? Well, one indicator that I always like looking at too is closed listings. You want to look at how many properties have been selling over the last 30 days. 9,246. We're getting closer to that magical 1. Though, I mean, list to sell ratio. Thanks for $5 super chat, Samson. And Thea Randall, thank you for the $1 super chat. Appreciate you. It's getting back to that normalcy, but here's what's happening, okay? My client just went to go see 3 properties. I already called on one. They have multiple offers. Already called on another one. They have 2 offers on the table. And the third one I called, it's a Redfin listing. They're not answering, but odds are they probably have multiple offers too. So what is happening here? If you look at the numbers, it seems like it's all good news, right? It seems like there is relief coming. But here, there's 2 things happening here. Let me talk about what should be happening right now. What should be happening right now is with inventory rising, we should getting, essentially, there's more houses, there's like a bunch of water, there's not enough places to fill in the gaps, where there's more gaps to fill, and there should be less pressure, right? There's more water being spread out evenly. But what's happening is this. We are still seeing an intense presence of multiple offer situations with waiving stuff, whatnot, with premium areas and premium houses. Those are 2 separate categories. Premium areas and premium houses. So for example, here in Phoenix, Arizona, this is not my opinion. It is what it is. Right now, Gilbert is still considered very premium. If you go try to find a house there right now, you're still looking at insane, over list prices. As a matter of fact, let me share that with you. If I go close listings, let's do the last, even 15 days. Let's go up to 400K. And Gilbert, 55 houses. Remember, I put list price of 400,000. Okay. 452. 441, 440. Okay. Cash, listed 370, so for 452 cash. Listed 395, so for 41 cash. Does that look like it's like easing or cooling off or farting, whatever the headlines say? No, it's a premium area, so it's still insane. Now, if I show you another area, let me just make sure that yeah, so I'm just making sure that, sometimes I've gone into these large tangents and then they're like, oh, your audio's not working. I'm like, oh shit. And I got to replicate all of it. So let's do another city. Let's pick a random city under Levine, which is, for those that don't know, this is Gilbert. Levine's over here. Remember, I put list price to 400. This one, it only goes up to 427. So yes, there is still demand there, but notice that it's less houses. So it's either 2 things. It's either a premium area or it's an area that has premium houses. And in this specific situation, this house that sold for 427 which is considered a premium house in this specific area, which I guarantee will have super remodeled photos and whatnot. I mean, come on, it's just like I know what the hell I'm doing, It's just I just got it. See, so that's a thing. So we can just do one more example. Let's just pick Chandler. I saw someone put Chandler right now. Chandler's right next to Gilbert, which I consider kind of a combination of both. But once again, we look at this. See how high that's going. Up to 440. So it's not as crazy as Gilbert, but it's crazier than Levine. And there's more houses above the 400,000 range. So, of course, the ones that are 440 are going to be probably a combination of premium area and premium house. So, yeah. So, it's a combination of both, okay? someone was saying earlier, Javier, I hope you're not just clickbaiting us. First of all, I'm a freaking YouTuber, bro. That's what I do. Okay. But more seriously, we can't just, as YouTubers, right? We see a little ounce of good news and we know that it's going to get views. It would be completely bullshitting you guys if I were just to tell you that we focus on the things that will get views, right? What should we do? We should probably, instead of making videos sharing, oh, good news. No, we should, okay, guys, this is how you find opportunities right now. This is what you need to be looking out for, which, yes, is my next video. Don't worry, it's coming. But, thank you, David Rodriguez. Appreciate you. I'll answer your question right now. But like I was saying, it's cooling off, sure. But here's a problem: is your buyer right now? What I've preached for the last 6 months to 9 months is, if you're a home buyer who's maybe struggling, meaning you don't have a lot of extra cash, you need to be looking at the houses nobody wants. You need to be going for the ones that don't, the stinking brand new beautiful ones that come on the market. Don't go for those. Those are the ones that have crazy situations. And I've clearly just demonstrated to you guys that that's still prevalent. But what happened before was every house was like this crazy situation. Now, with more inventory hitting the market, only the cream of the crop is going to have that specific situation. And the problem is, you guys are hearing these headlines, you guys are seeing these YouTube titles, and you're saying, oh, golly, gosh, it's doing way better now. I should definitely start looking at these nicer houses. And you adjust your perspective and you go and you get your freaking your teeth knocked out because you realize, holy crap, it's still crazy. No, it is getting better. But you still need to keep in mind that you have to be looking at the ones that are still reasonably priced. You have to be looking at the ones that maybe need some work. You need to be looking possibly, if you're looking in premium areas, yes, you could do that, but just be aware. I just showed you Gilbert. I just showed you the crazy amount of ones that go over 400, and the top two had cash offers that were like 70,000 overpriced. I'd be interested to see that one. See what it was. So is it, oh my gosh, is it this big old, the housing market's busting for home buyers again? Is great news? No, I don't think so. I think you should not focus on the headlines. If you're looking to buy, it's because you've been preparing to buy. And you still need to make sure to remember your initial adjustments. Who the heck is texting me so much? Okay, sorry about that. Someone texted me, called me yesterday, and they were like, hey, we want to work with you. My significant other is already pre-qualified. I said, great. And then I had my lender call this morning. They're like, hey, we're looking at houses with another agent, probably. I'm like, okay, well, that would be nice to know. But, okay, point is it is good news for those who are still reasonable. For those, the good news comes with more inventory, but you need to remember that just because the headlines say it's good news, you should still stick to that humble, like having humility with your home search, not saying, oh, the market's doing great now, so we're going to go look at those really nice ones. So it's a little sensationalism with some truth, but more importantly, you should focus in on yourself. So is it clickbait? Yes. It is clickbait because we know that you want that information. We know that you're looking for that sweet adrenaline or that sweet hit of positivity. However, the point is, perhaps try to listen to those videos and hear the good news, but don't let it affect the game plan. Right? I still think what you should do is try not looking at premium areas. Try not looking at premium houses unless you have the premium wallet. Still look at those ones that need work. Not real. 247 people watching, only 50 likes. Oh, man. Michael H said admits to clickbait, SMH unsubbed. Jennifer, he's just kidding. Michael M is a longtime viewer. Guys, Jennifer doesn't understand your sarcasm sometimes, guys. Don't be so sarcastic. We let the negativity rock here, okay? Unless they're being rude to other people, Jennifer. Is 20% down a premium wallet? No. You know what's more premium than that? Just Fun. What's more premium than that is going 5 or 10% and having an extra 10% to like waive your appraisal contingency. Yeah. Yeah, sarcasm doesn't work good on YouTube chats. No, especially when Jennifer is moderating. She's gonna freaking any negative, any like if you guys say your fart smell, she's gonna freaking. Yeah, no, it's okay. It's fine if it's other moderations you're more strict. You don't have to be that strict here. What happens is when you're super strict with people like that and you're banning people, it just gives more fuel to the fire. So like banning should be a last resort. It should be only for like really, really like negative people. Jason Genova, who's that? I'm not sure who Jason Genova is. Jacob Zamora says the market is cooling down in any hot cities. If you read all the headlines, they're talking about national averages. All right, guys, it's time to go to Q&A mode. Can we get a too long don't read? Because I guarantee you what's going to happen is people are going to come in right now. They're going to be like, hey, I missed it. You know, what did he say? Thank you for $5 super chat. But anyway, let's go back to David Rodriguez's initial $5 super chat. See what he's got to say. Should I wait till December to try 450 or 500 and 25,000 save good credit? What do you think? Should I wait till December to try have 25,000 save? What? So should I wait till December to try 450,000 to $500,000 house? As opposed to what? Not having $25,000? I don't know if 25K is that much in SoCal. I think that's if you're buying a $500,000 house, that's like barely 5%, right? And I don't mean that. I'm not saying this to be negative. I'm like saying, well, you know, you're saying should you wait? But if the market in SoCal is like in Phoenix, having the down payment isn't good enough unless you're looking for these really, you know, houses that need a lot of work. So if you're asking me, should you, I mean, of course, yeah, you should have money saved. Yeah, I agree, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to get the job done, if that makes sense. Javier, has the market crashed? Yes, it crashed. Crashed right now. Randall, market crash when, bruh? 20% down, no PMI with Zofo. Man, bringing in all the valuable knowledge. Man, it's like Wally's hairs all over me. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Jason Genova's a rapper / realtor. Yeah, I've never heard of him. I got a lot of people that want to collab with me. I recently decided about a week or two ago that I'm not going to do any collabs for the near future. And this is like a personal friend, which that list is very short. That, like, for example, I was on Lizzie's live streams the last 2 weeks because she needed extra help, and I did it. But for collabs right now, just going to be focusing on my own thing right now. Just going solo for a bit. Thoughts on programs like Ribbon for cash offers? Marie, I'm actually working on that video. But the only ones I found was Homelight, Open Door, and I think Zillow's doing it. And what I've researched so far with these, is that it seems like they buy the property and you get the exclusive right to get the mortgage on it. So they're buying the property probably cheaper, or whatever price you get it at. They buy it from you. They buy it for you, and then let you get the mortgage with their lender, right? So I need to find people that have actually used it because I want to know what kind of loan do they put on you, you know what I mean? So so they put the money in, they sell it back to you, right? And now, if you really think about it, just think about this, okay? Say you bought a house, they buy a house for you for $400,000, so they get $400,000 of capital that they have cash either through a loan or something. They get it. And then they convert that into a 30-year mortgage. So that $400,000 now, if you decide to stay in your home for 3 years, is going to be a lot more. Like maybe what, 700 or 800,000. So they're literally getting cash and they're turning it and they're stretching it out by giving it to people. So I'm still looking into it, but it just sounds like crazy. You know what I mean? I found out that if I look up a house on Zillow, I start getting a bunch of calls from local home buyers within hours. Are you sure you didn't like click on something? That's crazy if they just get your information and start getting like that. Can I please ask what camera you are using? I use a Razor. You know those Razor phones, the ones that flip up. I just have that kind of taped on the tripod right here. And that's it. Why would someone waive an appraisal? Nayeli, have you been in the housing market for the last year or two? Luis, the dream duo, Lindsay and Javier. Luis with an old school joke, man. Wow, that's like old school. That's back in the when we used to have 40 people in the live stream days. Ben K, hey, I missed it. What did he say? See, I told you people would do that. Did someone write up the TLDR? Randall, do you have a TLDR to give people when they show up like that? Any folks from Portland, Oregon area planning to move and buy a house there soon? Here it's a rough area to buy in, man. It's a really rough area to buy in. Let's see. You want to know what I said? Let me see. Let me make sure this is the right one. Oh wait, we got a big super chat coming in before. We'll do that first. It's a $20 super chat, Midnight Lupine. It's amazing. I just started a job at $62,000 a year, and my fiance makes $52,000 a year. We are first-time home buyers. Should we wait and save up down payment, or once we get our debt to income down, should we just do first-time home buyer? I'm assuming you mean like a grant of some sorts. I think you make too much money for all the grants. I think most of the grants cap you like at $90K. Unless you live in California, then I have no idea. They have different rules over there. But yeah, no. You have such a good income that you should just wait, buckle down for 9 months and just save so you can have a good down payment. Yeah, you guys have a really good income, so I don't know if you qualify for a first-time homebuyer grant. B, they're not really attractive in this market, and C, you're in a position to really just buckle down and save money. So I recommend you do that. Sophia, as I make $50,000, single, 24-year-old woman, can I afford to buy? Where you live, Sophia? It depends where you live. $50,000 is doable. But I don't know where area you live. If you live in the middle of Mississippi, then you can buy a mansion. Even with that kind of money in California, with or without grant, it's hard to buy a house. Yeah, I mean in California, even if you do have a grant, it's gonna be nearly impossible. Cause let me see if I got this. Is this a conspiracy one?
My name is Jeff.
No, that's not conspiracy. Sorry. Because California is anti-housing. I don't know. I tried to come up with a cool conspiracy, but I couldn't. I failed you guys. Are you gonna stream Mr. G and Big Lenny fight? Yeah, man. I mean, I know you guys look at me and you guys see like, yeah, that's a man right there, but I have no freaking idea what that is. People always look at me and they're like, "Hey, bro, did you catch the ball game yesterday? Did you catch the Did you catch the football game?" And I was like, "Nope." You want more conspiracy music? Javier doesn't believe in masculine values. Javier was raised by a divorced family and by a single mother, and feels more comfortable being coached by women than men. That's a conspiracy. They are doing YouTube boxing. Oh, okay. We think the real estate YouTubers should do a boxing match. Can you believe that? Kyle and I wouldn't box. We just like do each other's nails or something. Do I have to be working for the same employer for 2 years? Sophia asked. No, you don't. You just have to make sure you have 2 years of the same job field. And if it's not, then as long as you've been paid W-2 and you have like 3 to 6 months in your new job, you'll be fine. What's your football team? I don't own a football team, unfortunately. Do not own one. Let's see. I just saw a house. Asking price is $450. What should I offer in this crazy market? Jacqueline, where the heck are you? I don't know what area are you in. I can't tell you. What area do you live in? If you tell me that, I'll be able to help you. Let's see. Let me see if I can bring back the old. Remember when I used to have the thing pop up? Let me see. Is VA loan a negative? Negative to what, like in the housing market? Alex, how soon can I do 5% down again if I already did 5% down in Central Florida? So understand that 5% down loan is a primary home loan, right? And as long as you buy another primary home, you can do 5% down again. So you would have to either make your first home into an investment, but know that the second home you would have to qualify for both houses. Or so that's not the question of when can you do it again. The question is, when are you going to be in a position to buy a primary home again? And are you going to have to sell your first house, or are you going to be able to make that into an investment? Winner hangs out with James Charles. That once again, Jennifer, let's not be too let's not do that with all the messages. Just there's nothing wrong with Winner hangs out with James Charles. How soon can I do 5%? Okay, I already answered that. Man, Randall Drew is killing it with the freaking answers. Andrew, dude, you need to make your own freaking channel, dude. How do we know that home... I'm actually curious if this house that we saw right now, the one that's in Gilbert that sold for like $70,000 more cash, I wonder who bought that house. 1 second, please. Is it easier to buy a new build home or a used home in Phoenix, Arizona area? For $1 million, probably the resale. I gotta know your price range to answer that question a little better. But you know, it's not hard to buy a new home. So like a new home is easy. The hard part is getting your name selected off a drawing. That's like more luck. Where a resale takes more like strategy and patience. Cali Conspiracy. Yeah. That'd be a great channel name, Cali Conspiracy. Can you and should you offer to buy an off-market home? Midnight Lupine, that's like the best strategy to do. Like try to find something that you can do that with. That would be really good. If you can find a way to buy something off-market, avoid the competition, that would be great. Yeah, that house that sold for $70K over was not a cash buyer. So you don't want to say what camera it is. Yeah, is there a link on my description? There should be a link. If there's not, let me update it. It's like an Amazon affiliate or something like that. Here's the problem with that question, man. I get that question all the time. And I answer it, and then people go, oh, crap. And then they follows up in their question, right? So if you want to know just off the bat, it's an A7S3 camera. What lens it's a FE 1.4 35 GM Grandmaster lens. There. But if you want the actual like price and what they look like, I can put it here real quick if you give me a little quick second. Just a little quick second. Almost done. Almost there. You should knock on every door and ask them to sell their house to you cash offer. I literally got something in the mail. I got something in the mail today. It was just a random listing, a random agent that said, Hi, Javier. We will be interested in. I have a cash buyer ready to buy your home and address. Please give me a call and issue this convenience. And they're just sending it to everybody because technically any agent can say they have a cash buyer if they can just list it on the market. A cash buyer will pop up, or they can just flip it around on you, and they can say, "Oh, you know what? The cash buyer's not interested no more, but let's put it on the market anyways." Or they, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, that's your camera. That's your camera? Trash. Alright. You guys know what to say. That just gets me going. There, it's on the description if you guys just want to refresh that. Are you in the stock market? Yes, I am. You know what's crazy about that Invitation Homes video I just released today? I was thinking after I made that video, man, that's a great stock to invest in because they've done really well, but they performed very well, and they seem like they still have room to grow. But I just like spend an hour or like 20, 30 minutes like just talking about what they're doing. Listen, I don't have a problem with rentals, okay? Like I said, rentals is a great temporary solution, but my problem comes when they're taking the opportunity from people to buy to ignore rentals. You know what I mean? So. AMC Ape? No, I did not invest in AMC. I am not a day trader or anything. I just invest and let it rest. You know, every month I put a certain amount of money in there. I already have stocks that I've selected. I evaluate performances. If I don't like how a company's been performing, or I feel like they're going to be able, if I invested and they dip down and they continue to dip down and I don't have faith it's going to go back up, then I kind of just ride it until it gets to a point where I don't know. I'm still figuring it out, but at least I have something in there, I think right now, the thing is that it's important to just start. Just put money in there and just get comfortable with it. Every month that passes, I'm getting a little better at it. I know, like, one of the first mistakes I ever made was I bought Peloton stock because I used to have a Peloton back there. I bought it at it was like $100, and the whole thing happened with the treadmill. It crashed like $80 or $90, and I was one of those like people that sold. It was my first like month doing it. I didn't know what I was doing. Looking back now, I should have bought more when I was at 80 or 90. Because it's like at 120 now. So, hey, we live and learn. Javier, what haircut do you get? What is up with you guys wanting to know my camera, my style? Javier, what did you eat for lunch today? Ethereum. Everyone's going crazy over Ethereum right now, huh? I had Ethereum. I think I still do. Fidelity Roth. I don't have a Roth IRA. I have a SEP IRA. Do you recommend college for people wanting to enter real estate? No. Have you met realtors? They're the dumbest people out there. Most every one of them didn't go to college. What beard style is that? I like that. Was funny, AB. Javier, where do you shop at? Javier, boxers or breed? What type? What's your blood type? What was your last bout of it? Was wondering if it's a fade or a taper. Dude, tapers are like super low. Tapers are like barely anything down there. So that's a taper. Taper's like super down. This is a high fade is like almost like a military cut. Mid fade is like still kind of high. So it's a low fade. Where did you get that gray tee? What color are your socks? College or trade school? You guys are coming. You guys are killing it today, and it's not gray. It's like green. It's like light. It's like a forest green. Leo Valdez, thanks for following our super chat. Thanks for your advice. You called me out on my crazy offer ideas a few times. Did I? But you helped me adjust my strategy. Now I'm a week away from closing. Hey, look at that. What kind of trees in the back? A fake one. Is that a gaming chair? Yes, it's Secret Lab. The frame's on point. Not sure, just seeing if he had an immediate thought if I've been to both places or was wondering what he thought about house value for buying. Are you talking to me, Sophia? Community college got me the $62,000 a year, and I'm going back to my bachelor's next. In your Audi belly buttons. Just got ownership of a property in Ohio. No mortgage currently. Up and coming area. Needs work though. Can I cash out, refinance? Other options? I mean, you have a lot of options there. Once you have a house like that, the problem is that every option is good. You can do cash out refi. You can rent it out and hold on to it. There's so many options, and every option will lead to some success. You just have to figure out what your comfort level is and what your activity level is like. So people always talk about how long-term rentals are like amazing. Are you a landlord? Are you okay handling those calls at 2 a.m.? Are you ready for the stress of that? Once they move out, are you ready to maybe have the house completely trashed, them stealing your copper? It's like it's not easy. Just find whatever your comfort level is, and then mug brand. I got this mug in Williams, Arizona. Historic Route US. I actually got this mug when Kyle came to town. We went to Sedona. And we stopped at this diner. I was with my son. What would Javier do? Should I divorce my wife? Oh my gosh. No, work it out. Make it work. You guys are crazy today. What's in the mug? It's coffee. Who's Kyle? Win the house you love. Thoughts on 6ix9ine? I don't know. He used to be like upset me his antics, but then I realized that it's not. Just stop thinking about people that have no value to your life, so I haven't thought about it in a long time. There are a lot of factors to consider other than the house value, but I think both areas have good house values. Yeah, the chat's on fire today. Good thing, Jennifer's just wanting like ban everybody. Like, ooh, she's like ready to ban everybody. But she's like holding back. She's like hold back. What are your favorite subreddits? Whatever game I'm playing at the moment. Key vids. I want to enter real estate, but I have college funds that have been released yet in the way. Can I finesse it to use money and grow it? I would stop worrying about finessing things. Dude, go to real estate is a trade school. You have to pay to the school. There's no way to finesse college funds. Just do things right. Stop trying to finesse things. Monique Charles says, read minds, please. So Monique, that chat's going so fast that your chat's probably been up there. So you can try typing it again instead of just saying read minds. You can leave a super chat, but read mine again isn't going to help. Barbacoa or carnitas or barbacoa. Birria. Not the freaking birria tacos are on Instagram either, like real birria. Would Florida be considered its own bubble? Isn't the United States housing market bubble a series of multiple bubbles? Like, we should not look at housing like it's one big bubble. Every area, every city is different, so it's already like multiple bubbles, right? So, yeah. Who's Jennifer? Jennifer Lego's one of our where she was a moderator. I don't know if she left already. Are you still here, Jennifer? I think she's here. What do you think about these grant states that are offering for down payment and closing costs? What do you think about these grant states? Grant states are offering? The grants the states are offering. I have a video about it. Grants are useful. Unfortunately, they're not very helpful in this market, but they're useful to strengthen buyers, not to make buyers. So if you have no money in the bank, I don't think you should be buying a house with a grant. I feel like if you have some money in the bank, or you have bank money enough, but you don't have the ability to go extra, or it'll leave you with no money, then use down payment assistance. Sulking in the corner, lol. Guys, let's give Jennifer Lego some love. She's doing a great job moderating, her and Randall. Everyone say, I love JL. I love Jennifer. It's okay, Jennifer. Just I've seen like lives when like you ban too many people, then it just fuels the trolls more. So gotta have some thick skin. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying like YouTubers in general. We gotta have some kind of thick skin for doing lives. Lego my ego. Shout out to JL. Look at that. Isn't birria barbacoa? I think it is very similar, but birria isn't it like different spices to it? Thoughts on Lizzie Hofer? Lizzie Hofer is wonderful. You're doing great, Jen. Look at that. Everyone loves you, Jennifer. Look at that. JL is cool. Leave the trolls alone. Let the trolls troll. Willie Absher with multiple comments. See, that's something that you talking about banning. Like, that bugs me when people do that. Florida is outgrowing itself, it seems. The floor keeps trending upward, regardless of the overall bubble pop. Seems to be hopeless to own my first home. Yeah, no, it's yeah, it's just like Phoenix, you know, like affordable housing is not going to be possible in these big states. And guess what? It's been like that in California for a long time. People make do. They have to either rent or they have to move. What do you think? How high interest rates will be by rise end of year? I don't know, man. I hear that they're starting to lower, not rise. So, yeah. No worries, William. You're good. Jimmy Jams and Javier Club. You keep throwing these names. Who's Jimmy Jams? Good idea to become a real estate agent to profit the fees. I mean, having a real estate license is like every time you sell and buy. You know, all these realtors love talking about how great real estate is and how it changed their lives. But then they don't talk about how we literally save like 3% of fees every time we sell our house. Like, think about it. If I own a house for $300,000, right? Traditionally, there's no average commissions, but let's say normally the last transaction I did charged those like 2.5 for buyer's agent, 2.5 for the seller's agent is what my last transaction paid. Okay, so if I was selling that house, 300,000, 2.5 is like what, like $7,000-8,000, right? So if I was selling that house and I wasn't an agent, I would have had to pay that $8,000. If I was an agent, I get to keep that extra $8,000 because I don't have to pay myself a commission. So even if I sold it and I made $30,000-40,000 on it, well, I made $38,000 on it. And the next house I'm buying, I'm getting paid a commission of 2-3% on. And that $8,000-9,000 I'm using towards my general cash flow too. So it's like an extra $20,000 that we get just for commissions. But no, all these realtors love talking about how great real estate is and how it's elevated them. But it's easier for us to do that because we make the commission on both sides. Chris Gaines. Oh gosh. Jimmy Stewart and Javier collab, Flappity Jack and Javier collab. Yeah, it's basically what people are doing today. Big J says, YouTube them, bro. Javier, how are realtors dumb? They're not dumb. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be mean. It's just like you go visit an attorney. They have a degree in what they do, right? They spend 5 to 8 years, 48 years doing what they do. Doctors, they do med school, they did all that. Real estate agents, you know, we expect the same level of like respect, but it's 90 hours of real estate school. Pay maybe $1,000 of fees. You're a real estate agent. Barrier's really low. Does Kyle look like Chris Evans? Kyle looks like Captain America, like mid transformation. Not when he was originally all skinny, but like can you imagine like the middle? You know, when he was in that thing and he came out all buff, like in between. It's like if they would have stopped it halfway. I think Kyle's mad at me right now, though, so I don't think he's going to come right now. Do you recommend getting an attorney when buying a house? It depends on your area. I think a lot of areas require you to get an attorney. What types of lens are you using now? You sold me your old Tamron wide angle lens, LOL. Congrats on the success of your channel. Oh, man. What's up, Tiffany? I have a link in my description that has all the links, the lens and stuff. But this is a Sony now. It's not a Canon. How much score would you aim for? What score? Do you recommend getting? Oh, okay, no. What type? No, no, I heard that. Do you ever see regulation in the future of real estate for profit? Honestly, we live in a capitalist nation. There is a regulation already. There's you can't just sell a house. Is there gonna be more regulation? I don't know. Probably not, because a lot of the people at the top make a lot of money off of real estate, so they're not gonna do that. They're making COVID vaccines mandatory at my prostate rehab hospital. If no vaccine, you out of a job by September 30th. People are gonna quit. I mentioned how my family and I wore masks because our daughter had some medical problems as a baby. And there was people in my comment section calling me a dumb and a libtard and everything. I did not state if I support it or anything like that. I just said masks have become the vaccine and the COVID and all that has become a political issue. And if you say you wear a mask now, it's like you decide not to wear, and it's a political statement. And that got that. So you think you're gonna bait me to talk about the vaccine? Oh, I'll say it. I'm glad to say it. I'm fully vaccinated. I've been vaccinated. Yes, Joe Biden talks to me occasionally when I sleep, but guess what? We do what we can for our family. So I cannot sit here and like have this conversation with people that don't want to get vaccinated. It's just like I just don't understand that. Like I have literally a daughter who had seizures as a baby. I have to do it to protect her, and if a vaccine helps me protect her, that's just what I'm gonna do. This is like there's no argument here. Like I don't want to sit here and debate with you. It's not a political issue to me. It simply is. Yeah. I've used that referral link you had. Find the best agent area. Had met a nice agent. He took me out to lunch, but haven't continued to use him or her. But nice dude. Awesome. Rusty Rake 77. Old school guy, man. Hey little buddy, your vids helped me big time. Think big buying a house. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Rusty Rake 77 used to be an old school guy. He used to come through like during my history of live streaming. I used to live stream like occasionally, and then during the quarantine I started doing it more often. And Rusty Rake always came, and I told people one of my pet peeves is when people call me buddy. And he would come in every live stream. Hey little buddy, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. What's your thoughts on being vaccinated and still having possibilities of getting COVID? My respects to your reason to get the vaccine, though. I think people that are taking the vaccines and they're thinking, well, I'm not going to get it no more, don't understand how it's just... This is not a virus that's already decided to be stable. It's like it's still mutating every day, or there's still new variations. And as long as people continue to not get vaccinated, it's going to continue to evolve. So what are my thoughts on it? I never expected to be 100% immune from it. This is something that's growing. And if me getting vaccinated helps, then I'll do it. What's the best thank you gift you receive as a real estate agent? When people ask me about my hairstyle. Little buddy. I know I'm a big... He must be a big ass dude. I'm like 4'7", weigh like 120 pounds. Do you think the Suns have a chance to win it all next year? Is there a chance? Yes. Definitely a chance. I'm not gonna say no, there's no chance. Like I'm gonna support my team, you know. At least one thing for sure is that, I'm gonna try to go to more Suns game. That's what I learned. Key vids, I wear a mask, but I ain't going to hand my health over to the government. Have you ever looked at real estate climate in Kona, Hawaii? No, what is it? What's going on in Kona? Walt, credit score is 830. Nice credit score. How much do you recommend for a down payment for a $300,000 house? Whatever works for your budget, man. I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but like, okay, do you have 10,000? Maybe save more money. Do you have 100,000? We'll try doing 20%. It's just, I don't know what your budget is, but just know, like I had somebody buying a house recently, and they're like, I have $60,000, everything, that's all I have. I need to buy a house. And I said, no, you don't. You do not have 60,000. You have 50,000. Take 10,000, put it in emergency savings. Don't mention it ever again. You have 50,000. So just you make sure you do everything right. My new home builder in West Valley. It's always hard hearing when people ask me for advice, like in my area. Hey, bro, I just bought a house next door to you. Can I get some advice from you? My home builder in the West Valley messed up pouring my slab with a 4-inch curb where the tandem garage is supposed to be, but they're already framing. Could I ask them to remove the lots and restart? Yeah, you should be asking them already. What do you think about self-storage market? Any insight? Is it getting too saturated? It's getting really saturated, but you know what? They're being but they get packed though. They're like full to the brim. So yeah, I mean, I know I almost invested in Life Storage, the stock, because I think it's going to continue to be as more people move into more populated areas. Those areas are going to need more room for storage, and they're going to continue to be popular. Is it normal thing for a loan officer to send a housewarming gift? We got one after sending, wasn't expecting it. It's not normal. Weather watch. Throw it away now. They're trying to spy on you. Yeah, it's normal because they're trying to get repeat business from you and get your referrals. So normal. What do you think about Divvy rent to own or rent to own a company? Never dealt with them. Don't like the idea of it though. Could you buy a house in a different state using information? It would be an investment home. You have to be a resident of that state to buy with a primary home. Javi, is it possible to buy a house in Phoenix making $50K with around $30K in savings to open a place that is safe? Yeah. I mean, $50,000 with... I'm assuming you have no debt because you didn't mention that you have debt. Let me see if I can... Does anybody know for a calculator on Microsoft how you can remove the extra little digits of the periods after the... I want to just make it like whole numbers. Does anyone know how to do that? Hold on, calculator. Where is it? It's not working. That's weird. Dot digit arrow. I don't know why it's not popping up. It's weird. I'll just do this. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I have to hit what arrow? At the top there, digit arrow. Okay, so this person makes $50,000 a year. Okay, so I'm assuming you don't have any debt because you didn't mention anything. Divided by 12. I'm assuming you have decent credit. This is what I want to stop doing. Does anyone know how to take it off? Okay. What have I got here? Scientific graphing program and data calculated. Guess I don't. Scientific. Standard. Alright, whatever. So $50,000 by 12. I'm assuming you have good credit, so I'm gonna do 50% debt to income ratio. So you qualify for $2,000. So you would be able to qualify. If you're asking me if you can qualify, yes. Budget wise, it wouldn't make sense at all because if your gross income is $4,100 a month, 28% of that would be $1,148. So you can't really get a payment that low. But maybe you have like a big giant down payment. Maybe you can, but you would be able to qualify. Oh, I was pushing the sound effects again. Whoops. I did it again. I gotta change that. Wait, it makes sense with what I was saying. So there. All right. let's wrap this up. How difficult is it to use rental to apply another home? It's not difficult at all. They just ask for like a lease, and they use that to within consideration. Michelle Burns, what's going on? What are your thoughts about buying land in Maricopa County and then waiting to build? Is it just worth? You're gonna have to have some very good insight, like almost like a fortune teller telling you where they're gonna build. You're gonna have to get super lucky with that. How about forgiving tax owners? How about forgiving property tax owners for rental properties? Now that's a game changer. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna call it a day. The extra piano is annoying. Sorry, guys. I clicked too many stuff there. Appreciate everybody stopping by today. Hope you guys are have a great rest of your day. If you guys need anything in the meantime, please let me know. We got the agent referral program down below. We got a Discord channel. We got all kinds of good stuff. So feel free to check all the links down there below. Thank you guys for stopping by. I really appreciate your time.